Hi clients and friends, Mike Brady here. This week I want to talk about hindsight bias and why many investors put an overemphasis on past performance. I mean, if you've been an investor for some time, you probably have had that experience where you find a mutual fund that has a great track record for 3, 4, 5 years or so. You put your money in, and all of a sudden the track record goes right down the toilet, and you take it very personal, and I'm here to tell you it's not personal. That person probably put an overemphasis on past performance. Now, hindsight bias is a group of distortions that are created when we have knowledge of an event that has already occurred. I mean, when we remember the past, we find it impossible to remember all of the uncertainties that were facing us at the time. I mean, we remember a reconstruction of past events based on what actually happened. I mean, makes it seem so much more inevitable, the actual occurrence that happened. I mean, have you ever had that puzzle or that riddle that was just impossible to figure out, and then you figured it out, and then it's like, oh, that's child's play. That's so very obvious. Well, you forget that at the time it wasn't so obvious. So it's the same thing as it relates to a kind of a hindsight bias. Now, in general, I'm going to philosophize here a little bit. I believe that humans and people and investors, we don't like uncertainty. I mean, the more uncertainty there is, it kind of reminds us how little we really know. I mean, it's very discouraging to understand and to realize how limited our understanding of cause and effect really is. I mean, Sir Isaac Newton talked about cause and effect, and it's very hard for us to understand that sometimes things happen without a very clear cause. And we're always looking for that exact cause to correlate with that effect. And the world, I'm a kind of a chaos theory proponent, that the world is a very complex place. And so we're always looking at a past performance. We're always looking at data in order to reduce some of our uncertainty as we go into a particular investment. There's another study just kind of talking about from a behavior science point of view that the more data we have makes us feel better, but doesn't necessarily make the decision we make that much better. I mean, there's one study after another that has shown that. And so what I would recommend is to really talk with that particular manager to find out how he or she makes decisions, how they think, how when they are some adversity, some problem comes before them, how do they approach that problem? What's their knowledge in the field that they are managing in? They've got to be absolute experts in it. But I would also argue, and I've said this in previous videos, they've got to have a sense of humility about what they do know and don't know, what are the certainties and what are the uncertainties, and ability to be comfortable in that unknowing place. So anyway, that's my discussion this week on the bias, and also on past performance, just about avoiding putting too much emphasis, almost as if it's a given. Past performance guaranteed future results. It's just not true. It's not just a catchphrase. So at the disclaimer at the back. So anyway, my name is Mike Brady. My company is Generosity Wealth Management. I'm a registered rep with QA3 Financial. My phone number 303-747-6455. And you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye-bye now.